Communication with the state attorney about this and received a response yesterday with kind of an updated offer. If we could have an additional, one more continuance so I could discuss it with my client. We'd appreciate that.
We'll continue until 4:16.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Try and get here on time. You're liable to get hooked up if you don't.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
Good morning.
Here we go, the signed one. Your Honor, this is Teresa Davis. There's two dockets in front of you, 2020 CF 2048 and 2020 CF 1192. Yeah, right there. These are VOPs, and the state and the defense have reached an agreement on these. I've discussed these with Ms. Davis, and she's signing it right now, and then I'll pass it up. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Would you announce the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Davis is previously adjudicated guilty on all counts. She will admit the VOP in all counts, reinstate probation, and modify to drug offender probation, extend the term of probation by 1 year, complete new substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, and any recommended treatment within 60 days. I've already discussed drug offender probation with Officer Doobie, as Ms. Davis is hoping to potentially move to Kentucky with her family if they will accept the transfer of the probation. Otherwise, she understands that she would have to complete it here in Florida.
Very good. State?
That is.
Very good. Ms. Davis, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you've signed.
Yes,
Put your
sir.
hand up.
Oh, okay.
So you read the plea agreement, gone over it in detail with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering into this, this will be a final resolution of these violations of probation,
Yes, sir.
and you're waiving the right to go to a trial and have an evidentiary hearing on this.
Yes, sir.
You believe that's in your best interest to do that?
Yes, sir.
And have you had all of your legal questions answered by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, based upon that, court will accept your plea agreement, and you were previously adjudicated guilty on all counts, and you're admitting the VOP on all counts. The court will reinstate probation and modify probation to drug offender probation and extend the term of this probation by 1 year. You'll complete new substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, any recommended treatment within 60.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Now, what about, I know there's always fees and costs.
Yes, Your Honor, I neglected to add those to the agreement. Thank you.
So I just want to make sure she's aware of it, so she doesn't, not surprised.
I'm aware.
Okay.
The reason why I know that, because they always assess fees and costs. They give us no.
What's the probation fee? $100?
100 per case.
Okay. Thank
Any
you.
questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stay safe. Your Honor, this is Holly Snowden, 2019 CF 1894. This is a VOP. It's my case.
This is one of your cases?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state and I have been back and forth discussing this case. I believe that we're close to a resolution if we could have an additional continuance. Ms. Snowden is aware of that, so we can hopefully work something out by the next court date.
Very good. The court will continue this till 4:16 at 9 a.m. We'll start with carrier and then take the inmates.
That works for me.
Sure.
Your Honor, would it be a good time for me to do housekeeping?
Sure, yeah.
Well,
Now, let me ask you, can I ask a question? This is Mr. Medina. Alderman Ford?
she's on her way, Judge.
Okay.
I would ask to not issue KPS because she will be here, I expect, momentarily.
Okay, and then what about Stephen Briley? I've got him as a non-inmate.
I discussed this with Ms. Sharpless. I'm not ethically allowed to give the court any information about what I know about this situation. He's not present. I did check the notice to appear today, and it's the same issue as last month and probably 3 or 4 months before that. The notice to appear just gets sent to counsel for the defendant and counsel for the plaintiff, and we then carry out our responsibility to reach out to the defendant, but I'm not allowed to say whatever information I might have, and there's no basis, in my opinion, for a KPS to be issued where it's not clear that the defendant had notice in the record.
I think legally, when it's provided to the defense counsel, it's notice. What's the state asking for? It's a catch-22. You're just putting the state in a position they can't do anything.
Yeah, Your Honor, the state is asking for a KPS.
Court will issue a no bond KPS. Okay. Those are the only out of custodies I've got.
Your Honor, the only other one
Sure.
was John Chapman. We are trying to reach his brother. His number that we had for him, I'm sorry, John L. Chapman, 23 CF 917. I think he may not have understood when he appeared before the court last week in my absence. My understanding is the scram requirement was removed. He did bond out later that day, I think around 6 p.m. on March 14th. I'm not sure he knew about today's court appearance because I think it was mostly a placeholder.
What is, I do not have Chapman on my docket either. I'm sure it's.
He may not have been on the docket for today, and I would just ask to have his next court date be.
What is the case number?
23 CF 917.
Your Honor, I can speak to it as well. I was the attorney who stood on that case on Thursday. This was the issue with the scram monitor, and Mr. Chapman had been, was supposed to be released from the jail. So he was released on Thursday evening. I'm not confident that he was actually given the court date because today's court date was essentially put as a placeholder to ensure that he had been released from jail.
Didn't we announce it in open court?
I think it's possible that he misunderstood that this
Very
court date was
possible,
just to
but that's
ensure.
not legally sufficient for him an excuse. I mean, he did an
My
open
point-
court.
I know it's a special situation because he basically had a finding of no competence, but there hasn't been a restoration plan, and he's supposed to be cooperating.
Right.
This was that one. So I do think that as an exercise of caution, I would ask for every opportunity that I can through my office to locate him. And we have a number for his brother. If we can continue him to April 8th, I can understand.
You want to do April 8th, or you want to do should it be on a miscellaneous?
I think an April 8th, because it's a new law case, Judge, but it may be hard with him.
We'll continue to April 8th. Okay, I recall that was special circumstance based upon
Yes, Judge.
questions of competence.
And I think, you know, it's always possible to work things out, but it's hard because he's not restored, so.
Right, I understand. I'd forgotten exactly who it was.
Thank you, Your Honor.
These cases
Appreciate it, thank you.
kind of
And
come
it-
together.
and I had a very productive discussion with Ms. Sharpless yesterday about the merits. The problem is, until he's restored, we couldn't do a deal anyway, so, thank
You
you.
ready?
Mr. Carey.
Carrie, you want to, we'll go Carrie.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is James Carrier, 1 Docket 2023 CF 492. We have an offer from the state attorney. The state has offered a plea to the bench with a DOC cap, is that correct? So at this point, that's the plan, so I'm going to have my assistant schedule a plea to the bench. I guess he'll take the plea today, and then we'll schedule the sentencing, if that's how you would like to do it.
Yes, are you prepared to do the plea today? Do you have a plea?
No, I will need to write up the plea agreement. I was a little confused. I thought that we would schedule the sentencing and that would include the plea agreement. So I can write it up and we can hold Mr. Carrier and bring him back out
Okay,
if you would like to do it that way.
that's fine.
Okay. I apologize. If we could have one more continuance, it seems that Mr. Carrier, we maybe need to discuss the state's offer one last time. I apologize for the confusion. That's on me.
Okay, we'll continue
Thank you.
until 4/16/98.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is Mr. Case.
All right, thank you. Sign right there. Your Honor, this is Israel Case, 2020 CF 1951, 2024 CF 0272, and there is a third case that is, I don't believe it's on this docket, but it's encompassed in the offer that I'm going to announce. 2024 CF 0601.
Okay, so there's 4 cases? Oh,
Three
excuse me,
cases.
3 cases? Okay.
Yes. If I can approach with the
You
agreement.
may.
Hold on.
Thank you. Would you announce the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. In 2020 CF 1951, it was a previous withhold of adjudication, admit VOPs, and adjudicate guilty on all counts. In 24-0272 and 24-0601, adjudicate guilty on all counts in all cases. 1 year community control followed by 36 months standard probation to run concurrent.
Hold on
Oh,
just a
I
second.
apologize.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
1 year community control followed by 36 months standard probation to run concurrent in all 3 cases. So in the VOP, it will be reinstated and modified, and then all 3 cases will run concurrently. 100 hours community service. In docket ending 0272, reserve restitution for 180 days, no contact with victims. In docket ending 0601, $800 restitution, no trespass at Fort Walton Cement Yard and Valparaiso Industrial Park, the addresses are there, and complete the anti-theft course.
Your Honor, that is the state's agreement. This is a downward departure based on the legitimate and uncoerced plea agreement.
Okay, one point of clarification. You have in the three count, each of the three cases have a misdemeanor count.
Yes, Your Honor, I
Which
apologize.
carries with it a max of
Would
1
you
year.
like to do? Okay.
Your Honor, we'll do a 1129.
1129 probation for each of those counts. So we'll do the longer counts for all the felony charges. And then the 1129 for the misdemeanors.
Ms. Locke, those are M1s, right?
Yes.
Okay, then it's fine.
They'll all be done concurrently.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
his current probation terminates on October 10th, 2025. Are we extending?
Are we terminating and modifying?
You want to go about that?
Okay, yes.
Is that?
So I'll add the note.
Yeah, put that in
I can just add the note that we'll terminate the current supervision, and then the rest of the terms is that he'll be put on new supervision, if that makes sense. Okay, makes sense. Okay, yeah.
there. Okay, and the state's in agreement.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is in agreement.
Okay, Mr. Case, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. We're going to go over it again, but and I see those same terms are contained in the written agreement. So my question is, have you read the plea agreement closely, gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
You had all your legal questions answered about this?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna simplify it just a little bit. You have a number of you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 felony counts in 3 separate cases. You also have 3 additional misdemeanor counts in these 3 cases. So it's a total of 7. In the felony counts, you are, first of all, it'll be an adjudication of guilt in all these, right? And for the felony counts, you're going to be sentenced to 1 year of community control, followed by 36 months standard probation in each of the counts. They'll all run concurrent. In addition, the 3 misdemeanor counts, you have a maximum sentence of that of a year. So we're going to do just 1 day short, 1129 on probation. Those will all run concurrent with the misdemeanor and with the felony. So basically, the long and the short of it is each one of those will end up being 1 year of community control followed by 36 months. That's the core, okay? In addition, you've got, the community service hours, restitution, and no trespass at 401 Beach Cement Yard, and it's got an address. It's important is no trespass. They'll pull these things immediately if you violate that. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. So you got no trespass at the 401 Beach Cement Yard and the Valparaiso Industrial Park, right? You need to stay away from that area. They will hook you up on that, I can promise you. And you may terminate the current term of supervision. Oh, we're terminating the current term of supervision and applying these new terms, okay? Is that your understanding of what all this is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
And are Are you entering into this freely and voluntarily?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Very good.
Your Honor, I have the score sheet as well.
Okay. And you're in agreement on that? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir.
Have I signed?
No, I'm good. Your Honor, this is Corey Castillo. There are two dockets in front of you. The state and the defense have reached an agreement. I'm just having him sign it. 2020 CF 228 and 2021 CF 2548. March 19th. If I could approach, Your Honor.
May. Thank you. Would you announce the terms of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. Mr. Castillo will admit the VOPs in all cases, all counts. He'll be sentenced to 12.1 months DOC, credit for all time served, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee, revoke and terminate supervision.
Okay, counsel for the state and the defense, come forward.
Yes, Your Honor.
Man, I got this. Let's roll. Fight fire with fire. Take one.
Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire.
Damn thing ain't working.
Whoa!
Not cool, bro.
I'm Attorney Coy Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Ms. Farkas? the
Yes, Your Honor.
Clerk just informed me that the misdemeanor, you mean the probation on the misdemeanor, have all expired. So they're done.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, do we even have to reference those? I don't know how in the plea agreement, if they've expired? Or just make a
don't know.
reference that they've all expired?
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is only.
Parties stipulate that misdemeanor probation expired.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so, just the clarification in the plea agreement, so you understand it doesn't really, well, it does not affect the substance of it. You're being sentenced, or this plea agreement says for all the felony, the 2 felony counts that you're being sentenced to 12.1 DOC credit for time served with fees and costs. All of your misdemeanors, you've already completed your probation. So they're just acknowledging that, they're stipulating that those have all gone away. So you really are only being sentenced on 2 counts for these VOPs, the 2 felony counts. So is that your understanding of what it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you believe that this is in your best interest to enter into this and to finally resolve this matter? You're
Yes.
waiving the right to go to a final hearing on this and contest all that. You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept the plea agreement. The defendant admits all the VOPs, and he's being sentenced on both the felony counts, and which are all the remaining counts, to 12.1 months in the DOC. You will get credit for all time served and fees and costs. All the counts will run concurrent, so it's a total of 12.1. There are, one thing, how long do you want for him to pay the fees and costs after he gets out of DOC?
If we could have 180 days, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're just adding this, that you'll have 180 days to pay any outstanding fees and costs after you get out of prison, okay?
Yes, sir.
So it'll give you time. It's important that you get those paid when you get out, so they don't take away your license then, make it even worse.
Yeah.
When you get out, you're gonna probably want to get back to working and doing what you need to do,
Yes, sir.
okay? Any questions concerning this?
How much is it that I would pay?
So the fees and costs is $100 of prosecution and $150 fee to the fee. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Castillo. Your Honor, this is Joshua Cooper, 2020 CF 2872. It's the only docket in front of you. It's a VOP. The state and the defense have reached an agreement. I'm having him sign it right now. And if I could bring up the agreement, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would you please announce the...
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cooper was previously adjudicated guilty on the 2 counts in the VOP. He will admit on both counts, adjudicate guilty, 35.4 months at the Department of Corrections, which is his score, the guideline score, credit for all time served concurrently in both counts, revoke and terminate supervision. I believe there's a $150 public defender fee, and if we could have 180 days for him to pay.
Approach. So the misdemeanor count, the clerk has informed us that the misdemeanor count has expired. In other words, you've already done all the probation for that, so you're being sentenced only on the felony count.
Yes, sir.
So we're correcting that, not we, but your attorney's correcting that initially. Thank you. Okay, so, Mr. Cooper, you see you've read the plea and sentencing agreement and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir, I have.
You understand that the misdemeanor count is, like I said, it's expired, but you're admitting the VOP. There'll be an adjudication of guilt on all counts. You're being sentenced to 35.4 months in the Department of Corrections. You will get credit for all time served. And it says here concurrent and coterminous on all counts. I don't think that's
I think they're just,
necessary at this point.
yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
gonna let you cross it out, not me. Revoke and terminate supervision, so you're done with the probation. Just do the straight-up sentence, you'll get credit for all time served. And the parties are stipulating that the misdemeanor probation has expired. The fees and costs, the public defender fee and the VOP all have 180 days to pay. Is there a $100 cost of prosecution? I think there is on all VOP, so you need to add that in there.
And Your Honor, the state will be sending a score sheet. The one I have is slightly out of date.
And is there a downward departure?
No, Your Honor, and this is his guideline score.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, Mr. Evans.
Your Honor, this is Michael Evans, 2022 CF 0067. Mr. Evans has two other cases with me that I believe are already on the April docket. If we could continue this one to run with those, I would appreciate that.
Is it on the pretrial docket or is new law
Yes, I
charges?
think it's on the pretrial docket.
Okay, so we'll come back on 4/10
Yes.
at
Thank you.
9 a.m.
Is he gonna be back at 1:30 as well?
No?
He's on 1:30 now.
Thank you. Let's see.
Your Honor, I believe that, I just spoke with the state on that case. It's 24 CF 108.
Correct.
If we could also continue that case,
You
if you're
want
okay with addressing it.
Not guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and we'll continue it also until the next pretrial, the same day at
Thank you, Your
4:10
Honor.
at 9 a.m.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next is Mr. Figures.
Your Honor, this is Leeo Figures, 2023 CF 1390 and 2023 CF 1120. I filed a stipulated order to release Mr. Figures on a signature bond last night after speaking with Mr. Losco. Mr. Figures has an emergent medical situation. I assume that the paperwork just didn't get processed last night, so he should be released today to receive medical attention, after which time the state and the defense have reached an agreement. So if we could continue the case to the April court date. That'll give Mr. Figures time to receive the medical attention, and then we can resolve the cases.
So you want to continue until 4/16,
Yes, Your Honor, that would be great.
9 a.m.?
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, here we go. See, this is what I wanted to be sure.
I'll call you soon.
Yep, call me. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Mr. Figures. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mr. Johnson, for Mr. Gates. Mr. Johnson?
Okay, I'm standing in for Travis today, okay. Your Honor, this is Calvin Johnson. There are 3 dockets in front of you, 2018 CF 917, 2018 CF 1249, and 2020 CF 1621. This is one of Mr. Gates's clients. The state and the defense have reached an agreement. I just need the state to sign it. I apologize.
Thank you.
And then I will pass it forward.
One moment, Judge, I just have to check something.
Sure.
I apologize, Your Honor.
That's all right. The misdemeanors. On this one, the misdemeanors have expired also, if you need to add any
I
language.
will add that now.
Judge, I do believe I'm going to have to owe you a score sheet on this one. I'll go ahead and pass it by Ms. Farkas, or actually Mr. Gates when he returns.
Is it a downward departure?
I don't believe so, Judge. I don't think this, I can double check right now. Give me one moment.
Okay, I just need the note for the probation side.
Thank you.
Okay, if I can pass this forward.
Thank you.
Judge, this is not a downward departure. He scores a little over 31 points.
Thank you. Would you please announce the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson was previously adjudicated guilty, will be modifying and reinstating probation. In 2018 CF 917, in count 1, this is the misdemeanor, probation is expired. In count 2, extend supervision by 12 months from current termination date. Enter and successfully complete the JADA program. It's a bars to bed program. Complete original requirements, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee. In 2018 CF 1249, counts 4 and 5, probation is expired as they are misdemeanors. Counts 1, 2, and 3, extend supervision by 12 months from current termination date. Enter and successfully complete JADA program. Complete original requirements, $100 cost of prosecution, $100 public defender fee. In 2020 CF 1621, extend supervision by 12 months from current termination date. Enter and successfully complete JADA. Complete original requirements, $100 cost of prosecution, and $100 public defender fee.
Very good. Mr. Johnson, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement. Did you read this closely and go over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Either Ms. Farkas or Mr. Gates?
Mr. Gates.
Okay. And you understand that by entering this plea agreement here today, you're waiving some valuable legal rights, mainly the right to go to a trial, to contest all these things. You believe it's in your best interest to resolve these today and not go to a hearing?
Yes, sir.
And you've had all your legal questions answered by your attorney, by Mr. Gates, before you came in here today?
Yes, sir.
No further questions?
No, sir.
Okay, and you believe it's in your best interest to enter into this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept this plea agreement. And then I'm going to just talk about the misdemeanors and the felony because they're two different sentences.
Yes, sir.
As it relates to the misdemeanors, which is count 1 on 9/17, counts 4 and 5 on 12/49. On those, the probation has expired. As you've completed the probation on those by stipulation of both parties. The remaining counts, which are all felony counts, the court is extending your current supervision by 12 months from the current termination date, and you are required as a condition of your probation to enter and successfully complete the JADA program. That'll be bars to bed. You know what that means?
Yes, sir.
Go right from the jail. And in addition, you still must complete the original requirements, and the fees and costs that are contained in here also must be paid. Any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck with the program.
Thank you.
I see you, Mr. Johnson.
Gotta work hard at that thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. McCoy.
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Gyron Michael McCoy, docket 44. Cases 19 CF 2428, 19 CF 2629, 19 CF 2627, 19 CF 2628, and 19 CF 2638. Your Honor, I'm asking to continue Mr. McCoy. This was a status, it's a VOP, and he was here on February 15. We're exploring a resolution. We don't have one worked out yet, but I would ask to continue him to April 16. One of the issues that the state needs to look into that I've pointed out was a possible significant score sheet issue. And so we need to figure out what the baseline is on the score, and then we can hopefully complete negotiation, Your Honor.
You think that can get done by the next cycle?
I think so. I think so, Your Honor.
Okay. The clerk would make note of that. Very good. The court will continue all these cases until 4/16 at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, I did have an out of custody whenever it's convenient. Miss Alderman Ford is present.
Okay.
She can come to the podium and I'll just approach. She can stay at the podium and I'll just approach with Miss Sharpless.
You may.
For a moment.
Continue all of, did we announce the case numbers?
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Carly R. Alderman Ford, 23 CF 2176, 22 CF 2927, 22 CF 2665.
And the court will continue these matters to the June cycle. So we'll come back on June 10th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
9 a.m. Okay?
Thank you.
Sure.
Your Honor, that's everything I had before the court this morning. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
I think we're all finished.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it? I think we're done.
I think we're done, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much. We will reconvene.